Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker for the evening is none other than the candidate for Gros Islet. This gentleman has been the former Minister of Youth and Sports and also the Minister for the Public Service from 2006 to 2011. He has been the Deputy Political Leader of the United Workers' Party from 2005 to 2014. He has been the Parliamentary Representative for the Constituency of Gros Islet from 2006 to 2011, and he will be again shortly. And he's currently the endorsed candidate for the constituency of Gros Islet. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who had his name changed to Spider, he's weaving the web. Let me hear you make some noise. Put your hands together and welcome Lenard Spider Montoute.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Let me say a special good night to my colleagues here on the platform, our political leader, Alan Chasney, all of our endorsed candidates who will be taking the battle to the Labour Party, and a very special good night to you, the Flabo people who have come out here to listen to us tonight. I have two messages for you tonight. The first one is that finally, the time for Ezechiel's case in court has come. The time for Spider's case in court has come. A changer de ces constituencies à la yo volé. You, after 4 years, we could not have our day in court. But now, a decision has been made that this year, the matter will be settled once and for all by you, the people of Babonneau, and the people of Gros Islet. I want to say, tonight I stand proudly on Ezechiel Joseph's platform, and as you have been told, Ezechiel and the United Workers' Party is the best hope for the Babonneau constituency. And I can stand proudly on this platform and endorse Ezechiel as your candidate and recommend him highly as your future representative because I worked with Ezechiel for 5 years. I want to repeat that. I worked with Ezechiel for 5 years. You have a representative right now. It's a ceremonial representative you have. You are tout function, you are tout ceremony, you are tout bagay. Mais quand tu availles là, you can faire. Now the time has come to show slate. You conform me for two partout can try fair project. It is too late. Too little, too late. You had a representative who started to work for you in the Babonneau constituency from day one. Ezechiel Joseph implemented so many projects throughout the length and breadth of Babonneau that it is too numerous to mention. I want to tell you that a representative who you vote into office gets a salary from day one until the House is dissolved and an election is called. As a result, that representative is supposed to be working for you from day one until election is called. What you have now is an election year representative. It is only as election has come, we see her, people like Emma Hippolyte, Alvina Reynolds, and the others running around. All of a sudden, they are finding money to create projects and to give people to entice you to vote for them once again. But I know you know better. And when that day comes, judgment day comes, you will be judge and jury, and you will decide that Alvina Reynolds has to go packing, and you return the worker as your representative, Ezechiel Joseph. Now, I want to just lament a few things. Nancy told you, among my portfolios, I was Minister of Youth and Sports. And one of the programs I am very proud of as a former Minister of Youth and Sports under the United Workers' Party is the Lighting of Playing Fields program. And you know the difference that that program makes? Today, we can be proud to sing the champion song and celebrate with Johnson Charles and Darren Sammy because the West Indies are champions of the world. Those two St. Lucians are able to compete with the best. That can only happen if you have facilities and if those facilities are available. We cannot have a situation where our facilities are only available for 1 or 2 hours an afternoon before it gets dark. The decision to embark on that lighting of playing field and courts is to ensure that our sportsmen and women get more of an opportunity in terms of more time to hone their skills and to become more proficient at the sport. In Babonneau, you had a district representative who recognized the value of that program, and you saw that one of the first communities to have lighted playing fields was the constituency of Babonneau under Ezechiel Joseph. And I can tell you, if Ezechiel Joseph was still your district representative, those floodlights that they brought in here on this playing field tonight would have no reason to be here because this playing field would have been lighted. And if you think this government cares about you, the young people of Babonneau, take stock. Examine their record. The Balata playing field, we started developing the Balata playing field, and what has happened? Up to now, the lighting is not completed. We are going to ensure that that program continues and that Babonneau will get its fair share so that the courts and the playing facilities of this constituency will be lighted when you return Ezechiel Joseph as your parliamentary representative. Another program, and I'm talking specifically to the youth, and I know as young people of Babonneau, you are keen sportsmen and women, and you have made your contribution and played your role in representing St. Lucia as sportsmen and women. As a result of this, you should get your fair share of attention and facilities to be able to develop further the skills that you have already demonstrated that Babonneau possesses. We had a program called the Elite Athlete Program, and as a part of that program, we employed young men and women of various sporting disciplines who we felt had talent and needed the opportunity to train as long as they needed to. And you know that in St. Lucia today, since we do not have many professional sportsmen and women, they have to work, and it is usually a problem to get time off from work to train as they would like, and it's sometimes a problem to get time off from work to go out to represent their country or their clubs. So that program was meant for them to be attached to the Ministry of Sports, and when they are with the Ministry of Sports, they can tailor and design their timetable to suit their training. So they will go out to the schools and share with the young people the knowledge and experience that they have in sports, and at the same time get all the time they need to train. I am proud to say that one of the people that we hail as a champion today, Johnson Charles, is a product of that program. But you know what? As soon as your representative Alvina Reynolds and the St. Lucia Labour Party got into office, they terminated that program. This is one of the programs that we are going to bring back because we recognize the value and importance of such programs in developing our sports people. And I'm pleased to see that not everything that we started they got rid of. The very few things that they did, I'm hoping they will have the decency to say thanks to the United Workers' Party because it was our initiative and projects and programs started by us. And it doesn't matter what name they call it. We recognize our programs when we see it. Because we had a program in the Ministry of Sports called the Sports for All program, where we emphasize healthy lifestyles. We encourage people to exercise for the sake of health, because we recognize the lifestyle diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, that is high blood pressure, and heart diseases were becoming prevalent among our people. So as a department, we decided to take on the mantle to encourage St. Lucians to get involved in physical activity, because prevention is not only better than cure, prevention is cheaper than cure. And I see they call it all kind of names, pedi, guest, pedi, but you know what? Un pel pa n'importe non, c'est un pel. Ou be kriye chuye, ou be kriye sa ou vle, un pel, c'est un pel. That is our program. And when we return, not only we will continue it, but we will improve that program. Because on this team of candidates for the United Workers' Party, you have people like Edmond Estefan with a rich background in sports. You have people like Fortuna Belrose with an excellent background in sports administration and sports. And you have Spider Montoute, and not to mention the many others who have represented St. Lucia in various sporting disciplines. On this platform here, you see people like Herman Gill, a former sports person, Alan Chasney, former basketballer. Your best hope for Babonneau, Ezechiel Joseph, former national footballer. So you know, when you put your young people and your sporting program in our hands, it is safe. So I'm here tonight to say to you that at the end of the day, you must ask yourself, what kind of representation have you gotten in the last 4 years? There was a court started in Union. What is the latest on that court? After almost 5 years, that court cannot be completed. When you look at the work that Ezechiel did within his 5 years, and you compare to the program that Alvina has implemented, there is no comparison, and you know exactly who is your best hope and your best bet for the Babonneau constituency. So I ask you the question tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? You cannot be. You cannot be. And I hate to say it, but when you have a people who rather take their lives than to face life under labor, you know things are bad in this country. And so I implore you to stand with the United Workers' Party. Do not make any mistake that we made in the past. And while the election we know was stolen in some constituencies, and we never had our day in court, I know you will come out and pass judgment on that day. Whenever the election is called, you will make a statement once and for all and give your judgment and let it be known that you are aware and that you know that your best hope for Babonneau is Ezechiel Joseph and the United Workers' Party. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you and good night.